handmade tongs. I don't think it's touching. Oh, there we go.
You want to actually catch the wood on fire. 3 or 4 strands of this raffia, and we try to make them all even on one end, and from that one end we go about 1/3 of the way into the material, and then we start to twist, and we twist until we get a kink. Once you've got that kink happening, see how it kinked over? Then what we do is we take the one that's on the top and we do 2 twists away from us, and then pull up the other one and reverse the process. We're going to twist that one and then just keep on alternating the 2. Twist and turn, twist and turn, twist and turn. I'm always doing just away from me, where the one that's on the bottom goes away and up. It ends up looking like that. Mother Nature's a wonderful artist. There you go.
I literally said to myself, I want you to light now.
It's time.
And see how you've got a hot flame, but for a short period of time.
Right.
Oh, look at this smoke. Three of these trees exactly in a row. This is perfect for making what we call a weir, W-E-I-R wall. So what we do with this circumstance is, George, over here, what I ask you to do is I've already started a hole here. Let's try and make that deeper if you can. So just keep on poking it in to make the hole deeper. So we don't have we're going to make like we don't have a 3rd tree there, which we don't. And we're going to put a tree there. And we're trying to make it somewhat solid. This is a pretend tree. If we had 3 trees there already, we would be in good shape. So we're going to make, remember the popsicle stick? Yep. Here. We're going to take the straightest branches. Okay, got it. So we're doing over under on this one, and on this one we're doing the opposite. And we just keep on putting those down, and try and strip some of the, so that there's more strength. Because we're trying to make an actual wall. We're gathering pine straw for the purpose of being able to create a comfortable, dry, well-insulated bed. And if that bed is 2 feet thick of this, even though you compress it down while you're sleeping, it's still going to provide sufficient insulation from the ground. Put some boughs across this, fill it full of pine needles, and put boughs across it enough to keep you somewhat waterproof, and they're warm. So you've got one right there. And look just past.
Right here, the
Look at between those 2 rocks.
perfect.
So Mother Nature's giving you stuff, and if she gives you stuff, take advantage of it. Yes. You could build your shelter here. It looks like somebody did build something out here. Okay. You could build a shelter here with using this perhaps as where you're going to lay your pole down. Okay. Build a fire there, and you have a reflector. It's going to reflect the heat right back into your shelter. So again, what's Mother Nature giving you, and how can you put it to good use? I wouldn't want to be in the deepest depression.
No.
Because if you get a heavy rain, you're going to be swimming.
Yeah.
Right. So up here is certainly decent. And my preference is to sleep on a slight hill with my head uphill. Because if you're totally flat, I don't think it's as comfortable. Somebody's already harvested some of the bark off this tree by taking and scoring it, as you can see right here. And if you take your knife and get underneath that, this way. Look. If you can pull off slabs of, this is pretty rotten now. If you can pull off slabs of bark, what perfect shingling is that? So, and especially if you can get a couple that are curved like this, because then you put them in the very peak of your shelter, which is a hard area to shingle. But if you have bent over pieces of bark, you can do that.
Yeah.
That's gold.
Yeah.
So kindling, right?
Yeah, that's great stuff. That's birch bark, and that will
Not
burn.
kindling, it's the smaller. It's the tinder.
More like
Tinder.
tinder.
Sorry.
But all this stuff that's shredding off of here,
Yeah.
you get yourself. In fact, one of the things you guys might want to do is harvest yourself a pocket full of that stuff. There's certain dangers out in the woods too. One of them is called a widow maker. You ever know what a widow maker is? Nope. Look up. A
Fall on
dead
you.
tree, and you put the hand below it, and the wind blows it up in the middle of the night. That makes a widow. Go up. There's no leaves on it. Yep. If a tree is dead, that makes it potentially dangerous. That one probably give you a bump on the head, but not kill you. But if you get one that's like one of these huge ones, and that falls down on you, that's deadly. Can be deadly. Because you're gonna have to dig in order to be able to do this. And what you do is you start tunneling in here, put a place to be able to put your feet in here to be able to stand up. Then you dig this platform back here, which is going to be your sleeping bench. Because one of the things that will happen is in a snow shelter, and what you'll also do is you'll take sticks that are approximately a foot to 18 inches long and punch them through so that when you see the stick, you stop digging. Because you don't want to make the roof too thin, because it'll collapse on you. You've got a positive and a negative. You've got metallic objects that if you put the two of them together, all you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to touch it to the steel wall.
That's scary. Oh, whoa.
Just like that.
Just
Wow.
like that. Doesn't take much, does it?
Oh. So this is torches burned at the top versus burned at the bottom.
Oh, there we go. We have fire.
I try to put one of these in every one of my pockets when I'm going out in the winter because fire is such an essential during the wintertime to be able to warm yourself, to dry yourself if you fall through the stream and you can't kill your dog. What I've got in here is a lighter, several packages of matches. I've got a tea candle. I've got a chapstick. I've got several of the can't blow out candles. I've got several pieces of cotton. And I also keep a piece of aluminum foil. The aluminum foil is in case I need to melt some snow to make water, I can make myself a vessel. Because making a vessel that will hold water, that you can boil water in, is a grave difficulty in the wilderness. So a piece of aluminum foil can help you to do that.
Bring your barrel up a little more. That's it. Lean forward a little bit. Say the word pull when you're ready. Pull.
Yeah! This is a cedar log.
It's really, really tiny because that's the only thing that is going to catch when you have all you have to work with is just a spark.
So can you do the processing again just to demonstrate?
All you do is just rub it back and forth with your hands, and you can see the little dust kicking out here. That pile of dust is valuable. And we don't want to leave it like this. Why?
Not enough air.
Not enough air, exactly. So then we make sure that we separate it apart and fluff it up. And now we've got ourselves a tinder bottom. Eventually I want to put this on top, but I'm just spreading this out right now.
Oh, you put it in it,
Like with
like a
the
nest.
steel?
Yes, you got yours with you? You got it already. Stop. See that? Okay, very, very gently. Take that. And then it won't go out fast. So you've got quite a few sparks on there already. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pick this up and bundle it in there very, very gently. Giving it material to eat, and you're going to pick it up above your nose. Be ready to drop it if you have to. You're going to blow on it. Blow it. Rub your nose, because if the smoke goes in your nose, you'll cough. So that's why you want it above your nose. And face this way a little bit. No burn max. Harder. Do it again. It's still got sparks in there. Just make sure you have material on where the spark is, because the spark has to have something to eat. Oh, you've got a lot of sparks. Longer, steadier breaths. There you go. Fire!
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
So this one is actually easier because it has more of a lens. See how fast that catches?
Yeah.
But again, just the color of the material. We're not getting hardly anything there. Move it over here and almost instant.
Immediate.
The bow drill method is the single most effective primitive method of making a fire, because it is the one thing that you need absolutely nothing from civilization in order to be able to create the fire. Because you know how to make cordage, so you can make cordage to make the bow part, and all the rest of the stuff is things that you can make from natural material. It starts off with the top piece you have that holds everything down and pushes the spindle into the fireboard. You move it back and forth with the bow, which you just need a curved stick for, and cordage, and that can be your shoelaces, that can be a strip of your clothing, that can be cordage that you make, and there's also a way to do this with a hand drill. And then you need what we call a fireboard. Fireboard has a notch in it. It's a V, and then you have a little burnt hole into it. You spin this back and forth in the hole, and what it'll do is it will burn off little tiny chunks of the board and of the spindle, and it will fill this notch. When the notch is filled, you go extra fast, and it will heat it so much that your pile of dust will turn into an ember, and that ember will last 4, 5, 6 minutes. So you have a long time to be able to actually make your fire. And this little pad right down, normally I just use a piece of birch bark to catch the ember, because when it we'll start off with this that you met already, which is made from this leaf spring of a Jeep, 70mm shell casing, a piece of bamboo, and the nails are driven in there to help hold it in place. So the little wedges. And that was constructed in 1968.
So let's say it's over 50 years old.
Yes.
50,
And
56 years old.
yeah, so it's just absolutely significant to me that it has held up that well.